What up, party people? I'm your host, Ken Childs, licensed private investigator, out of the sunny state of California. You're watching Find Your Investigator. By the way, this video is long overdue. It's better to be a couple years late to the party than not show up at all, right? Boom. Spy gear. Gotta love it. So this is the Lawmate coffee cup camera. I've had it for some time and it's just taking me a while to get to this video. But let's go ahead and just let's just cut straight to it and unbox this baby, right? What I love about Lawmate is not only can you already feel the quality, their video shoots really well. You know, it's probably high def, maybe better than 30 frames a second. But let's go ahead and see what we got here. We got your Wi-Fi instructions and your app. This is the instructions to your coffee cup itself. Very exciting. Right here we have the camera. Ooh, let's look at this bad boy. It's already got a nice little heft to it. Looks like a little, this camera's a little better. Looks like a little, your normal coffee cup, except it's got 800 vents on there, which I've never seen on a coffee cup, but who's gonna look at these, right? So here we are, and then we have a couple of generic coffee cups. Boom. They got you covered. Yeah, literally generic coffee cups. Inside the box we have a nice cable. We have a koozie, or I don't know what is that, a little, so you don't burn your little tootsies. There we go. And then finally a 16 gig SD card. Perfect. So there you have it. We have all the goods. We have the camera, the cup, the SD card, and the, I'm assuming, charging cable. So what we're gonna do is charge this bad boy and let's go play with it. So we're done charging the device, and we've got our little mini SD card. I went ahead, I mean, sadly, like, the instructions just like warn you for every single thing that can go wrong, and they recommend that you format the card. So boom, formatted. So we're gonna punch in the little SD card into the device. You kind of feel it nice and kind of get snug and locked into place. And with that, actually, I should show you how to take the lid on and off, because it was a little, you know, I mean, it wasn't like exactly cracking, you know, the Da Vinci Code here, but you give it a little twist and pop, and there you have your top, right? So, and you know, and it says be careful how to align it, whatever, but I found it only aligns in the one spot, so boom, a little carefree and easy. Talk about some of these functions, right? So you got one that's, their basic functions on and off for the vibrate, and an on and off switch for, I believe it's going to be just like record and or motion. We're going to go ahead and leave that to just straight record. I'm not going to screw around with like motion activation. When you use this in the field, it's pretty much going to be like, you know, on the go, record, go walk in, do your little about, walk out, stop recording. I couldn't imagine you being in a location where you're just going to set this for hours and let it like capture on its own. So with that, here's our device. Let's go ahead and power this baby on. Or not. There we go. So boom, we have a little coffee cup. Nice and assembled. We had to hold it down for maybe 5 seconds before we got our vibrate. We're gonna go ahead and hold it down again. So we got our little 2, 1, 2 vibrate. We should be recording. So yeah, it's nice. Once, you know, let's go ahead and figure out where the camera is. It's opposite of the mouthpiece, which makes sense. You could take your little pretend sips, you're still recording. I do recommend when I'm using little mini spy gadgets to figure out like how wide you're shooting, and try it a couple times before you just take this out in the field, and that way you know how far you could be away from your subject. And then now you know that the camera is opposite of the mouthpiece. So if you just set it down and you're looking around, you know, like, okay, here's my mouthpiece, the camera's opposite of that, we're still on and going, right? Or if you happen to have it in your hand, you know, like, hey, here it is, I'm shooting this direction. When out in the field, to secure better video, best video, I do recommend setting these cameras down. Whether it's going to be your keychain fob or it's your coffee cup cam, there's only so much that you can kind of keep steady, right? And to act natural, some sucker like me who's like completely animated, we need to set this thing down. So, you know, if you're in a barber shop, bang, just set it down on the counter, go and walk away. You know where it's pointed, you know where it needs to be, you're set. You know, in a bar, yeah, who cares? Bring your coffee in a bar. It's only weird if you make it weird. So set your coffee down and just let it record, let it do its thing. You know, get some clean, clear video that way. Another thing that I would recommend, and I got this from a buddy of mine, Jackie, kind of reminds me of No Neck Kimbo Slice. What he does, and I strongly recommend someone do the same, is he took a fistful of pennies and put them in a sock and set them in the cup. Because right now it kind of sits a little top heavy. You know, the device itself, it's nice, high quality, it sits a little heavy. So you also need to kind of give the camera like a solid base so it doesn't just tip over. And then also it's got to have that like look and feel, and when you set it down, it can't just be this empty hollow, like, you know, that would sound a little funky, right? So you got a sock with a fistful of pennies in it, and then that way your camera's like nice and balanced, and you're off and running, right? So let's go ahead and turn this thing off. We're gonna hold it down, 2, 3, 4, and now it's off. Once I pick up that phone, we'll continue with the rest of the video. Sorry about that. However, now that we got the device on, we're recording, you've got pennies and a little sock in there, something to help you keep nice and weighted. I do recommend you don't just like quick fire from the hip. Go ahead and download the app. And how to do that is you take your phone, you go to their QR code. Oh, not into this one, in this one. You take your your cell phone, you take a picture of the QR code. It'll get you to the app, download the app. In the app, you can actually operate the camera, set the date and time. It's very user-friendly. I would recommend that you just go there. The one thing the app really assists in is while you're recording, you can watch what you're recording, right? So, you know, you're in a little pizza spot, or you're in a bar, or you went and followed someone into a barber shop. By the way, I know what you're thinking, and I will leave my product down below in the description for you. So with that, it allows you to use the device and go a little more undetected. The one problem is, though, I noticed that when your phone turns off, sometimes it will stop the recording. So you have to go in there, change your settings in the phone, so then that way your phone will stay on and it will record the entire time. Just be sure to turn the face of your phone over, or make sure like nobody else is watching, throw it in your pocket, something like that, and you should be off and running. I will go ahead and throw in some sample videos at the end of this so you can see kind of what the camera is capable of. I'll walk it out into broad daylight, a lot of bright pop. You'll see how the camera performs there. I'll also do my best to take it into a bar and in some other close quarters place. Who gives a shit? Maybe even Starbucks. I'll take a cup of coffee into a coffee shop. I just want you to see how people are not paying attention, and if you don't make it weird, it won't be weird. You'll just get like amazing video. So with that, I hope you enjoyed the Lawmate coffee cup spy cam tutorial. Stick around, I will show you those sample videos like I said. And again, I'm your host, licensed private investigator, and this is Find Your Investigator. Please be sure to log into Find Your Investigator, set yourself up with one of our nice listings, either verified or expert, and we will get you discovered. That phone will ring. So happy hunting, and thanks again for watching.